Okay, so moreover, these are pretty helpful words, I believe, to make your writing pop and dazzle and to make sure that the quality just jumps. I mean, these are essential words, in my humble opinion, to improve the quality of your writing. Um, so, moreover, let's just talk about the synonyms. It's an adverb. And let's talk about the synonyms, because that might help you understand exactly what it means. As a further matter, that's the most common synonym that I try to keep in mind, that I try to remember when I initially learned it. Besides, furthermore, as well. Yeah, as a further matter or furthermore. I think furthermore is easiest to remember, right? Like further, to push the argument that you're talking about further, or to push the sort of the picture that you're creating further, and then more. You're adding more to that argument. So, yeah, furthermore. But let's go over some other examples of synonyms. Besides, what's more, which is common more when you're talking. You know, what's more, blah blah blah. In addition, also, as well, to boot. A little bit colloquial. It's not. I don't recommend that in formal writing settings. But it is additionally on top of that, over and above that, and then at that, you know. So I think these are the most probably common, you know, in addition or even as well. So let's go over moreover. Okay, so I enjoy downhill skiing. Moreover, the exercise that I get, I might want to add an adjective here, the blank exercise, because it seems like it might be a higher quality sentence or a group of sentences if I can just add an adjective there. The exercise that I get makes me want to go monthly. Or you can just say whenever I can. So it's not just regular exercise, right? Because it costs money to go skiing. So if you're thinking about like, oh, skiing versus working out at home versus gym membership. So if you're, you want to kind of keep this stuff in mind when you decide what words to omit or what words to place into your sentences. So I think, because you can get exercise, running around the block, but you could say something like the, full body, the full body, exercise, out in the elements and nature. So where would I put out on the elements and nature? Because you're not going to get that exercise out on the elements and nature in the gym, for example, right? Because you're indoors. So you could say that I get while being out in the elements in nature makes me want to go whenever I can. So this kind of makes a little bit more sense, right? Like if you were reading it as a reader, it's relatively clear, because you're saying I enjoy downhill skiing, and what does all that entail? What are the opportunity costs in terms of getting exercise but not skiing. And then, if we had just omitted, and then full body, and then while being out in the elements in nature, it doesn't, it raises questions. So you want to choose, especially descriptors like, adverbs and especially adjectives. And also sort of blocks. So right here, like while being out in the elements and nature as a block. And sort of sentence blocks that add to the main idea or ideas of the sentence, or sentence blocks. So this isn't, I wouldn't call this a sentence block. So I'm thinking sentence block is a sequence of sentences. So you could say, or sentence sequence. And then here you could say, and blocks. Sentence blocks. Yeah. So they're basically like blocks of words within a sentence. You could say word blocks. They're not necessarily phrases, right? Like a phrase is like a self-contained sort of snapshot, where this is more of like a block. So I would just call it a word block. Okay, so really important. You wanna choose these words and word blocks that add to the main idea of the sentence, not detract. Not detract or confuse. Also, don't omit words if including them will remove obvious questions by the reader. Right, so this we could remove. You could say, I enjoy downhill skiing. Moreover, the exercise that I get makes me want to go whenever I can. It's decent. Those are decent. It's a decent 2-sentence sequence. However, you're going to have to write more. Right? You're going to have to describe more. So if you want it to be sort of self-contained, you want to be talking about, out in the elements and, full body and, cool people and, cabins, and I go with friends who I rarely see anywhere else, so you're going to have to add. But if you want these 2 sentences to be relatively strong and self-contained, then you're going to want to include these types of phrases and words. Okay. And then also the obvious, because you're answering sort of the obvious questions, right? And then also answering, the question of, oh, well, it's expensive to go there. So someone might ask that, but it's like, oh, well, if you go whenever you can, I want to know why. I want to know what's the benefit. Okay. And then obviously the use of moreover. So you guys are seeing that I'm trying to introduce these words and talk about them, but also introducing other little snippets in terms of quality writing. And so let's go over moreover one more time. Let's do one more sentence block. You could say, my aunt Lynn adores her husband Mike. Moreover, she has always remained steadfast since they first got married, over 30 years ago. And I do have a Lynn that has a husband named Mike, and they were married over 30 years ago. Um, my Aunt Lynn adores her husband Mike. Moreover, she has always remained steadfast since they first got married over 30 years ago. Yeah, so basically this moreover. So if I want to write that, so this moreover refers to going back in time as far as temporally, right? When you're looking at sort of the clock. So you're saying, so here, so this moreover, here, this moreover connects to the why of the writer or the speaker enjoying downhill skiing. The why of the writer or speaker enjoying downhill skiing. Right, and so, you know, the second sentence adds detail that fleshes out the why that is introduced sentence 1. Right, introduced in sentence 1. So this moreover is temporally. So you're saying, so sentence 1 introduces that Lynn adores her husband currently, right? And then the moreover, goes back in time and adds to the vision of Lynn's love being, strong even way back at the beginning. So the moreover can work in many different ways, as long as it sort of makes sense and there is a logic there, then it can really be a strong word. So yeah, so as long as there is a through line and a logic there, then moreover can add to the dimension of the writing. Most definitely. All right, so hopefully this is helpful. Moreover, and obviously if you wanted to, you could replace moreover with furthermore. Right? Furthermore, the full body exercise that I get while being out in the elements and nature makes me want to go whenever I can. Or in addition. Right? So in addition, so because you're adding, it makes me want to go whenever I can. You're adding. You're not only saying I enjoy it, but I want to go whenever I can. So you're adding an additional point. And then here, the additional point would be, she has always remained steadfast. Yeah, so that's important to mention as well. So with moreover, as well as in addition, etc., the writer or speaker is adding an additional point in the second sentence. Generally, right, in the second sentence. It's usually a 2-sentence block or a 3-sentence block, but usually 2. So in the second sentence, and this one is, she has always remained steadfast, right? Which connects to the time, the logic of time passing, right? Time passing since they met, time passing since they started their relationship, so yeah, you always want to keep that in mind, that you are going to have an added point. So I not only I enjoy it, moreover, the blah 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 blah, makes me want to go whenever I can. So you're not you're emphasizing that it's not just that you enjoy it. You're pushing it beyond, right? So you're pushing that activity or that feeling, that passion beyond, right? My Aunt Lynn adores Mike. So the obvious question might be, oh well, did it take her a long time to adore him? Did they go through a lot of stuff and he showed his mettle and his worth and his love and his loyalty? Yes, it might be all of those things. However, moreover, the moreover point is she has always remained steadfast. So she, they had a tight relationship even from the beginning, and it's been a strong candle flame, for decades. So that adds, right. This adds to this word always, especially, and it the moreover connects to the time period of adoring her husband now, but she has always sort of remained steadfast and always adored him. And notice that I didn't write adored here, right? Because it's repetitive. So instead of adores, we're just going to say it remained steadfast, which is a very, very strong sort of synonymous phrase that is similar to adores. So hopefully this is helpful, and thank you very much.